the things that were said to happen when the true children of Israel were back in the land is not happening with you imposters over in the land right now. This is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 21 to 25. And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, not by a UN charter or the Balfour Declaration. The first batch of the 1/3 is going to be saved when Yahushua returns in the chariot to save them from the nuclear destruction, which is going to take place after the mark of the beast, which is the microchip implant, is mandatorily implemented. And then once we're back and settled in our land, the rest of the 1/3, which escape the nuclear destruction, are going to be brought back into the land by the heathens, as it says in Isaiah chapter 14 around the top. And a lot of those Israelites are going to be on those tropical islands, following the law, statutes, and commandments without knowing they're following the law, statutes, and commandments. Whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. The northern tribes of the so-called Latinos and Native Americans and the southern tribes of the so-called Negroes are going to be back together. It's going to be like when King David and King Solomon were ruling. We're not going to have that evil eye towards each other. And you can easily find videos of those imposters over there saying they don't know where the rest of the tribes are. They're either across the Euphrates or scattered to the four winds. They'll only say that they're of the tribe of Judah. That's why they call themselves Jewish. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, which you're clearly not seeing going on over in the land right now. They have kosher pork as well as gay pride parades. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power. And David my servant shall be king over them. That's a major cut right there, because King David is going to return to rule under Yahushua and over the 144,000 and righteous 1/3. And they shall all have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. We're going to have that fleshy heart to where it's going to be second nature for us to do righteousness and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. And no, the King David slingshot anti-missile defense system isn't King David. Verse 25, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever, and my servant David shall be their prince forever.
The people will serve you, but if the Jewish people are acting like nowhere near the chosen people at all, most of the Jewish people are intermarrying, not keeping the Sabbath, not eating non-kosher, not keeping the holidays, intermarrying, the women don't dress properly, they don't go to synagogue, the men don't keep Shabbat, then that is all, there's nowhere near, they're nowhere near anywhere acting like the chosen people, so there's nothing to talk about that. That is only when all the people act like proper people, then there's something to talk, you understand what I'm saying, really? Mm-hmm. But then we're nowhere near that stage. Okay. So there's nowhere, nothing to talk about. Where does that source come from? Just one of the prayers we say on the after Sabbath. I'm showing it to you the prayer. Okay. You want to see the prayer? Yeah, sure. And what does it mean? I mean, that's what do the interpretations say it means? Did you read Hebrew?
He meant, do you read Yiddish, not the Paleo Hebrew?
You'll be blessed from all the nations. One second. What does it say? What does it say? Well, this is how the bracha is. You have to see the beginning of the bracha in the pasuk. If you do such and such, keep the Torah, then you'll be tzimnacha. And then afterwards, if you don't keep the Torah, it continues on. Then this is just the bracha.
those Amalekites mainly followed the Talmud. They're probably just showing the Torah to make themselves look legit to you phony Christians out there.
It says here, כאשר לוקח ברכך, כאשר דבר ואהבת הגויים רבים, you'll lend to the goyim.
Okay, I don't know that word.
ואהבת הגויים רבים, ואתה לא תעבוד, and you won't borrow. You'll lend them the money. ומשלת בגויים רבים, you rule over the goyim, ובך לא ימשלו.
Upon you they won't fall.
Yeah.
These are all promises brought in the Torah that if you would keep the Torah, then
I guess I'm wondering, okay, I come from a humanistic background, not a religious background, but is that a moral thing?
What?
no, they'll want to because they'll see you're such a great person. Like for instance, you want to serve your
They won't want to. They're going to be forcefully put into subjection under us.
country.
Okay.
It's not an avdus with the Jew is a different avdus from the American, black slave.
It's not going to be peaceful. It's going to be 1,000 years of hardcore bondage and slavery. We're going to do double unto you as to what you did unto us, especially you Edomites or so-called white people. Though it's going to be in righteousness, we're not going to do anything wicked or weird like rape your family members in front of you, buck break your men, or force you to eat pork.
Okay.
It's not like
It's not we
you
were
guys
slaves
go-
in Egypt. It's not that type of being whipped.
So that's
the,
I found you
the
what
rules
you
of
did.
Torah
That,
Yeah.
one is treat a servant
that was
as
idea.
better than him.
Yeah,
You see it over there?
and I saw it, and now I'm getting a good
It's from Motzei
explanation.
Shabbos. Said on
Oh,
Motzei Shabbos.
sorry, I'll just. So then we'll say Shabbat. Okay.
Like as I told you before, as in the time of Shlomo Melech, the Goyim wanted to make peace with Shlomo Melech because they saw he was such a wise, great person.
And while the heathen Gentiles did think King Solomon was a wise and great person, what preceded King Solomon's rulership? King David spending years putting these heathen nations under subjection so the kingdom would be prepared for King Solomon.
יעבדוך עמים. יעבדוך עמים. ישתחוו לחלומי. יעבדוך עמים. It says here, יעבדוך עמים. The lands will work for you. יעבדוך עמים. See it?
Okay. Do you believe that Gentiles, Goyim, will one day become the slaves of Jews?
No, I don't think so.
Have you ever heard that?
I've heard that, yeah, but I think if it'll happen, it won't be just one day. It will be for eternity. So,
Oh, no.
I'm kidding.
And it will be for eternity, and you're going to be one of our slaves, though you're not making it after those 1,000 years.
No, that's not. No.
Made me laugh. Okay.
Yeah, no, nobody, I guess, would become slaves of anybody else.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Besides the point that there are like 12 million Jews.
And that's not biblical. Let's get back to these scriptures. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 through 10. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So that's point blank period. Anybody that had a hand in our downfall will go into captivity. And you can read a list of those nations in Psalms chapter 83. But at the top of that list is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And from the days of slavery up until now, you've been killing our people brutally with that sword. Just look at all these jakes that get shot by the cops on a near daily basis. This is Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. And for you people out there that like to say, Jeremiah is the Old Testament, it's been done away with, everybody's going to get along and it's going to be peaches and cream in the kingdom. This is Revelation chapter 2, and Revelation is the last book of the New Testament, verse 25 to 27, and it's in red letters, so it's Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ speaking. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. Here's the faith and the patience of the saints, diligently pushing this word to make our calling and election sure, so we can be the first fruits of the kingdom, putting you heathens under our boot. Verse 26, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. He that leadeth into captivity will go into captivity, and he shall rule over them with a rod of iron, a hardcore bondage and slavery. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So Yahushua is going to be ruling over you heathens and have slaves as well. And since we're joint heirs, we're going to be doing the same. And after that 1,000 years, you other heathen nations are going to be able to go back to your land, even though you're going to be living under our laws, statutes, and commandments. But as for you Edomites, or so-called white people, after that 1,000 years, you're going to be eradicated off of the face of the earth. And good riddance.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have a whole lot of slaves.
Yeah, it will be
if it comes to pass. Yeah, exactly.
And we are going to have a whole lot of slaves because the world was made for our sakes. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6 verse 59. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? And this is during our punishment for going off from the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, but that's quickly coming to an end. Again, here's the patience and the faith of the saints to diligently endure to make your calling and election sure. But the point I want to focus on is where it says, if the world now be made for our sakes, because this world is made for our sakes, and it's made for us to rule over it.
Okay. אוקיי, יש, אם אתה מאמין שיום אחד הגויים יהיה עבדים שלנו.
God forbid, no. This is supposed to be one of the true children of Israel. Because it's punishment for them going against us. And again, this world was made for our sakes, so you other heathens were made for our sakes to be our servants.
כתוב בתנ"ך משהו?
What? The prophet Jeremiah spoke out against slavery. What did we just read? Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, slavery, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So I pretty much don't have to go any more in this video. You can clearly see that those people over in the land right now are imposters. So brothers, just hold fast to what you have and have the faith and patience of the saints to make your calling and election sure. And as always, I'm going to say a Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Till next time, Shalom.